Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't get calls.
Oh, you don't? Well,
No.
we'll see when the first one comes in today.
No.
It'll be in a few minutes, I'm sure.
No. Not at all.
Okay.
I need a laptop, man. I need a laptop. There's a lot of things I like to talk about, but I forget. I forget.
Well, start talking. You're on.
Hello, Las Vegas. This is Rolando Las, and on Face the Tribune. Remember, if you have nothing to worry about, if you're not doing anything wrong, you can face the Tribune. Otherwise, the Tribune is gonna face you. With me today is my co-host, Mr. Producer, Mr. Clark Finley. Mr. Clark Finley is the host of The Herd. And if you want to know more about The Herd, read the Las Vegas Tribune today on the page, I don't know, in the viewpoint. In the
Comments, commentary.
No, viewpoints. Viewpoints.
Oh, okay. What?
Viewpoints.
Okay.
I don't know what page is it, but it's a viewpoint.
Okay.
I forgot what page is it, but it's a very interesting article and explain what the herd, how the herd started, why it started, why it was created, and how much we care about you, the citizens of Nevada and the United States of America, both countries, Nevada and the United States of America. And we care for you. So listen to The Herd at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I don't know if you noticed, then I fixed that part over there because you didn't mention anything about the show in that article. I have to add it up.
What show? The Herd?
Yeah.
The whole article was about the.
You didn't say what time, you didn't say what station, you didn't say nothing.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Don Snook called me and he said, I said, well, let me fix it.
That's why I sent it to the editor to have them adjust it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You sent it to Maramis?
No, you.
Oh, to me.
I sent the editor-in-chief.
Oh, the editor-in-chief.
Right.
I don't know what.
And we need to listen to that show. We need to join that show, and we need a movement in this country because we need the people. Because look at, for example, look at the show that we've had on TV now for I don't know how many hours of the genius people that we elect to the House of Congress. Over there having their little sit-in or whatever it was, acting like a bunch of babies.
I wanted to talk about that.
I mean, good God, just watch
what
TV.
What is wrong with these Democrats?
They're a bunch of babies. They're just
babies. They're just wimps.
Whatever they are, they're just out of touch with the world.
Oh my God!
They don't have any idea what they're doing, none whatsoever. How do you think that looks to the other countries out there, our enemies? Do you think ISIS has stopped laughing yet after tuning in that show the other day? I got a report they couldn't even stand up and shoot anybody. They were laughing so hard over there.
I tell you, man,
it's crazy.
It's embarrassing. It
really is.
Those little Democrats over there crying like a baby, hitting in the floor,
little Tina, whatever her name is, Titus, sitting there next to that other guy, that other idiot there on the floor.
Let me ask you, did you hear her talking? Did I hear the right thing when she said we have no right? What did she say? We have no right to stop terrorists for having guns.
But we can stop good people from having guns.
Is that what she said?
I don't know. When I hear her voice,
I tell you,
my head starts exploding,
this morning,
and I have to turn it off right away.
I have 2 telephone calls. I could not talk in 2 phones at the same time and watch the TV, but this is why I understood that she said, we cannot, it's not fair to tell the terrorists then they have to, that they cannot carry a gun.
And we can't tell them that they can't come into this country.
No.
No identification. They just welcome, red carpet, and we'll give you whatever you need, food, place to live, free college.
I'm not asking you to listen to this radio show. I'm nobody. I don't even speak English right. Please listen to other people. Listen to 360. Listen to The Herd. Listen to outnumbered. Listen to people that speak English. Okay, we are in a very, very serious situation, people. We need to save this country for being in the hands of the enemies. Please, please, I'm begging you, listen to those people. They're gonna tell you the truth. People that have no idea or no intention whatsoever to become Congress, senator, or anything like that. You know, people that are really concerned about the welfare of the United States of America. Please listen to this. I couldn't believe. Did you hear the Donald Trump speech yesterday?
Parts
I
of it,
hear
yeah,
that
I didn't
was
hear the whole thing.
I hear it was fantastic.
That's what the reports are. It's war's going crazy. Wayne Allen Root, he's besides himself. It wasn't a good speech. It wasn't an okay speech. It was a fantastic speech. He's besides himself.
Well,
Oh my God.
he was the opening act.
Well, he was here in Las Vegas at the event on Saturday. He opened up.
Oh yeah,
But
no,
the
but not in
speech, he
Phoenix.
didn't have, Trump didn't have anyone on his speech open up. I don't think. He just came out and did his speech, didn't he? I don't think there was any opening, so to speak.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
That's what I hear. And then compare that to Hillary's speech. The few excerpts I heard of that is just outrageous. I mean, she doesn't say anything other than lies and deceit and distortions.
And
She doesn't say a damn thing and attack Trump's character. That's it. Trump's really not attacking her character. He's explaining the truth about what she is and what she's done. He's exposing her for the truth.
Yeah, he's not attacking her.
No.
He's just telling
When
the
he
truth.
says she's a world-class liar, she is.
Yeah.
And he has the proof to back it up. It's amazing.
Unbelievable. I don't know where we're going, my friends. I have no idea where we're going, but we better.
Obama ran on a platform, Hope and Change. This is almost 8 years after that. I don't know what Hope and Change was. Do you? What was that? Do you have any idea what that is?
No.
No, but Trump's running on a platform. Let's make America great again.
I assume that hope that the 8 years go fast and change is going to be changed after the 8 years. That's what it is.
Oh.
8 years will go fast. I promise you, the same way that I promised the illegal that the immigration will pass.
But all hope is gone if we don't get Trump. If we don't change the course.
Do you have any doubt?
If we don't change the course and get Trump, all hope is lost. Was that what Obama was talking about?
I guess the 24 million she got.
I don't know. Hope and change.
She can transfer it to her personal account and enjoy it herself. I don't know if she can do that. Well, she can do anything she wants. She's Billy's wife. It's not.
Well, they don't have to answer to anybody,
No,
that's
they
for
don't.
sure. Look at the congressman that I guess he's going to jail for 5 years. I don't think he's going to be sentenced till October, but he was convicted the other day, yesterday I think it was, for doing some shenanigans with $1 million campaign contribution that was, lo and behold, illegal. Gee, what's all this contributions that Clinton has gotten for the crime foundation when her husband's making these speeching fees to the communist Chinese for $750,000 at the same time that she's the Secretary of State negotiating some kind of a treaty deal with the same Chinese? What is that? To me, that's
politics.
Treason. No, it's treason.
That's politics.
Only if you're a
Clinton
Democrat.
Style.
Yeah, like the Democrat that just got
style.
convicted.
Yeah.
A big Clinton supporter, convicted, going to jail.
Wow. He was a big Clinton supporter.
Oh, yeah.
But nobody talk about
And
it.
guess what else he is? A super delegate. But he doesn't go to jail till after the super delegate counts.
Oh, like Superman.
So he can vote for Hillary, before he goes to the behind the bars.
Like Superman, something like
Yeah,
that?
super delegate. He's a super delegate.
Oh.
Doesn't that show you how distorted and corrupt that whole system
But
is?
let
Here you
me,
got a jailbird, and the super delegates are going to vote for a jailbird.
but let me ask you something, and excuse my ignorance. Don't you think that will hurt her campaign, having a convicted felon doing a campaign for her?
Well, a normal campaign and a normal person in normal conditions, yes, it would devastate them. But this is not normal because the Democrats have never been normal. They've
Because
always been corrupt.
let me tell you, I was not adjudicated, so I have to say that. And every time I said to people that I am a felon, my attorney correct me and said, you was not adjudicated, stop calling yourself a felon. But I did have a record, and I tell you, every time I talked to any campaign, any candidate, I tell the truth. Now you got a choice. You know the truth. You know that I was entrapped. You know that I was forced. I was I was lied to. You know my whole story. You know, and this happened to me with Larry Burns when he was running for sheriff. Former Sheriff Jerry Keller brought him to my office. He wanted me to help him, which I did, you know, and he did. Uh, I sit with him in what I used to call the green room. We sit down over there, and that really, I don't know if you ever went over there to the office on East Charleston, but we sit there, and I told him the whole story. He was polite. He listened to me up to the end, and Jerry Keller was there, and I said to him, this is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I just want you to know so nobody can tell you that you are associated with a felon. And he smiled at me and he said, Rolando, I appreciate your honesty. I already knew about it. Of course, he had to know because the whole setup, it came from Metro. People like David Callas and people like Rod Mattis. Then unfortunately, I cannot use that expression that we always use when we're talking about a late person. And rest in peace. I wish he cannot rest in peace ever. I wish every time he move in that grave, somebody step on me and on top of him because he destroyed too many lives. Okay?
The ants and everything have probably been busy for a long time, so.
Huh?
The ants and everything have probably
Yeah,
been busy
I
taking
hope
care
so.
of them for a long
I
time.
hope so. Okay? All that little clan, that clan of detectives that were corrupted, that belonged to the John Moran era, you know, and I hate to say that because John Moran used to be a friend for a while, and when he allowed his people to do that to me, just to get it, because they wanted me to snitch on Steve Wynn, and I'm not a snitch. I'm not gonna snitch on. I don't like Steve Wynn, but I'm not gonna snitch on him because I don't like him. You know, I'm not a snitch, period. But every time I talk, my point is, I'm getting out of it. I'm mumbling over here now. My point is, every time I meet with somebody, and I think those candidates, until they prove any different, they deserve the people to be honest with them, and they should use, they they have to be clean before anything else. I don't think it's fair that somebody that has a felony hanging on the head because bad checks. See, my problem was not bad check. My problem was that I didn't want to be a snitch. And Metro, in those days, if you don't do what Metro wants, you're in a bad spot. You are enemy. You can be good all the time, But if you don't do what Metro says, you turn back. And but there's other people that are being represented, by campaign managers that are criminals, writing bad checks and don't pay it, don't keep their promise to the court. All that stuff. It need to be addressed by the intelligence and the way that these candidates accept those persons with fault or no fault. I think is wrong, but that's another story for another day. Believe me, it's coming soon. I believe that
I don't know why you just didn't plead innocent, don't cop a plea, go to jail for 20, 30 years. Right now, you'd probably be getting out and you could be like a Nelson Mandela or
who,
something.
me?
You could be revered for having been such a martyr and everything. And then probably you could have run for sheriff now and taken over the whole show. Being a martyr like Nelson Mandela, didn't he get elected president after he served that time in jail? Because they threw him in jail?
That's a different country.
Oh.
That's not the country of Las Vegas.
Oh, all right.
No.
I keep forgetting that we're in our own country.
Unless you are a puppet of Harry Reid, you cannot go to jail and reestablish. Well, I guess, yes,
You can if you're Cliven Bundy.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do anything. You just go to jail because Harry Reid and Rory want your land.
Yeah.
So they can give it to the communist Chinese.
And I also learned that Dario Herrera is helping Ruben Kewen in the campaign for U.S. Congress or whatever he's running for. And in Las Vegas, ex-convict, which, by the way, I don't believe there is such a thing like an ex-convict or an ex-felon. You're either a convict or a felon, because once you get out of prison, your life is over. It's worse. At least over there, you got 3 meals and you got a bed to sleep on it. When you out here, you have to find a way to get those 3 meals and a bed, because they are not going to give you nothing for nothing. And unless you want to become a dishwasher at the Binions, and I don't even know now because Binion is not there no more, but Benny Binion used to help people that come out of jail, come out of prison. He give them a job. Someone's came out good, someone's came out bad. But he did his part in this community by helping people to reestablish their life. But
what was the final adjudication, as you say, of Bill Clinton lying to the American people? Yeah, I know he lost his license, and I think it was over perjury. Yeah, he was disbarred. Wasn't it over perjury?
Yeah, I guess.
Lying to the American people or whatever, isn't that a crime? So how does that not attach to his wife?
Well, it's not much like lying to the American people, because those people over there in that level of the government, they don't care about the people of America. They don't care about that.
Well, they're the very
he lied. He lied to the Congress. He lied to the Senate. He lied to the courts. He lied.
That's a high crime because he was president. You can't have a higher crime.
He lied to everybody.
That's a high crime and misdemeanor, or a high crime and felony, whatever you want to call it. The reason they term it a high crime and misdemeanor sounds like that's a conflict. What do you mean high crime and misdemeanor? The high crime is a high official. That's the high crime, and it could be a parking ticket. And if you're the highest office holder in the land and you illegally park, that is a high crime and misdemeanor. And it is as specious and as despicable as any crime in the books, more than murder, because you're the highest office holder in the land. And if you can't uphold the law, what the hell good are you? You've let down your entire oath of office. You've defaced yourself in front of the whole world. How can you run as the first husband? I don't get it. Is that because I'm a Republican or a conservative?
No.
Common
Forget
sense?
about the first husband. He's going to be in charge of the economy.
Oh, that's right. He's gonna be
He's gonna
czar. The czar. The czars are gonna continue.
He's gonna manage. He's
The
gonna
economy.
manage He's gonna manage the economy.
I was trying to figure out how it could get any worse, but there's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna manage the economy. He's gonna manage all the donations to the crime foundation. You know.
Will he still be running out doing these speeches? Probably get a couple million a speech if he's
Well,
the first
listen,
husband.
let me ask you something. Explain this to me because you know I'm mentally retarded. What do you think anybody, I'm not talking about Clinton only, anybody, what do they have to say they can be worth $275,000 for 15 minutes talk? What can they say for that kind of money?
It's not, it has nothing, you don't understand. It has nothing to do with what they say or the time frame or anything else. It is a front for getting a
Right.
payment. Yes, exactly. It's just a front.
Say it. Don't be afraid to say it.
They do. Well, I was trying to work to the right language. It's so despicable. It's hard to get the right words. You know.
You want
So
to talk the right word.
all it is a
The
front.
right word for the system.
Yeah, all it is a front. It's a fake out job. And frankly, probably people wouldn't care if he did it for a minute. I mean, a talk for 30 seconds would probably do the trick, and everybody would be a lot happier. You know, but maybe we'll make it look good. Let him talk for 15 minutes, and it'll look like he really did something. But the speech is not what they're buying. They're not paying him to do a speech.
Well, I think it has to be something where the organization has to stop doing that.
Well, the organization, it starts with them.
Whatever.
Because they're the ones that write the check.
Whatever organization.
But how do you blame them when they're trying to buy influence? Because that's the system. You don't get what you want in life if you don't buy the system off. How do you build a building like Donald Trump, the way he did business? He had to pay this person, pay that person. Democrat, Republican, didn't matter. He had to pay whoever.
That's how the construction
everything
price.
Everything.
That's why the construction price went up.
Especially in New York. That's how he became a billionaire. It used to be you do what he did, you became a millionaire. But there was so much graft and expenses and bribes and all this stuff. It raised the cost of these buildings so much that when he sold a building, he made a fortune because it already penciled in with all these politicians. So that's what made him very wealthy.
Oh, now I understand.
Right.
You see what I mean? I'm starting learning English now at my old age. So the building costs $10,000 to build and $1 million to create it.
And then, so if you sell the building, you have to sell it for $5 million.
You have to sell.
That makes up for the graft, all the bribes, and your profit. You have to have profit, so you can turn around and pay for all the building permits and all the things that you need up front before you can even start breaking ground. You have to pay this guy, pay that guy.
And if you're gonna leave with a business card and a direct cell phone in the back, that's another $50,000-$60,000.
Well, now it's probably a couple million, but back 20 years ago, probably 50,000 wasn't a bad bribe to at least get the process started.
Here, I give you this card. If you have any problem, you call this guy. I already talked to him. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you. Well.
And then when it's election time again, here comes the same guy with a new blank card that he can fill out. But now it's a new deal and a new election. And now if you need something in the future, you have to get another card filled out. And that'll be another, maybe 100,000 now or 200,000 now. Like Hillary Clinton and Bill were always in line, getting their payout. That's why they had to go to Trump's wedding, because he told them to. Because he had the card with their number on it. So he wanted them to show up for the wedding.
So you have to?
Oh yeah, because you're one of his puppets. He paid you off. So you work for him now.
That is why he said that he never invited Hillary Clinton to his wedding.
Right.
He told her to go.
He told her.
Oh.
And she said, yes, sir.
Do you think there's any way someday I can be I can be like that. I can tell people
Well,
to
the
go
first
to my
thing you
way.
have to do is you have to drop this conservative BS and you have to put a D next to your name. Rolando Larraz, D.
Demand.
Deserving.
Oh, D.
Right,
Deserving.
D. Deserving.
Oh,
D.
deserving.
I deserve everything I can get. So your hand is out. Deserve, deserve, deserve. That's the way of the world. It's about time you learned it. I mean, you know. You fight and fight and fight every day trying to get the truth out there when the money's in the distortion, not the truth. That's where the money is. That may be where the jail cell is too, but you know, like this guy I wonder if he'll ever serve a day in jail, this guy.
Who, Clinton?
No, the guy that got convicted the other day and not being sentenced till Saturday. How about the guy just got off in Baltimore, the third guy now innocent? You know, that this mayor and this prosecutor trying to make this statement in Baltimore, run by a bunch of incompetent boobs, you know, trying to arrest innocent people to make a political racist statement. And they're all getting slapped down, as they should. I mean, how does a guy go, instead of going before a jury of your peers, the clown goes before a judge? How dangerous is that? You think I'm ever going to go before a judge and rely upon their incompetency? How the hell did the judge get it right? I can't believe they took that chance. You know? Dangerous. That's what I thought. You know, take a judge instead of a jury, because a jury can get things wrong. If you can't get out of jury duty or whatever, I mean, what's your, you know, how can you decide anything in life? Is that a jury of your peers? How do you know? You know? But I went before a judge thinking I'm going to get the law. A judge has to uphold the law, right?
Oh, I was
Not in the country of Nevada,
No.
Not here.
No.
See, that's what I didn't know. I thought a judge was bound to uphold the law. That's what I assumed. You know, something I learned in school way back when. I guess, you know.
You're wrong.
Yeah, well, I guess so. Here in Nevada, you are.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah, I told the judge I wanted him to rule by law, and he said I was making a big mistake. Can you believe that? A district court judge in Nevada, you're making a big mistake if you want the court system here to rule by law. You're making a big mistake. Oh, okay. Yeah,
There was I don't know if it was yesterday or today, a guy that was supposed to be sentenced, and now he made a deal. He got out of jail. You see that in the front page?
Yeah, but I don't know if it was a deal or not. It was a technicality that they blew.
No, it was a deal. The newspaper said it was a deal they made, and
Well, maybe a deal was made because they blew it anyways on the technicality.
the guy was looking at I don't know how many years, 100 years.
100 years, okay.
I mean, I don't know, 50.
He must have parked in the wrong area twice or something for 100 years.
He probably went back in the parking space there.
He must have robbed the same 7-Eleven twice. Or something like that. We must have an alert.
It was,
Amber alert.
Yeah, probably.
So anyways, 100
now
years.
The guy is getting out of prison. He was there for 2 years. He worked a deal. Well, the guy is such a big criminal. Why are you letting him go?
Technicality. And how did he represent himself? He was representing himself.
He did?
He's supposed to be a fool for a lawyer if you represent yourself. They said he was representing himself. And he technically won in a way.
Do you read? That was
yesterday,
right?
That was today.
Today?
Yeah. He was representing himself. How the hell did he beat the system? You can't represent yourself because they say, you know, the court has to bend over backwards to make sure that if you don't have representation, that they don't take advantage of that. Yeah, my ass. They hate that because who's gonna contribute to the judge's campaign if everybody's in court representing themselves? There's no lawyers around to contribute to the campaign.
I don't know. I need to find me another laptop because I can't. I don't have the memory to remember everything. But I thought he got. Or maybe it's the other guy that was supposed to be his partner in crime. Then they have Grasso, Gabriel Grasso for an attorney. You know, I don't remember. One of the two has a Grasso for an attorney. You know, but I can, I think it is ridiculous to have somebody being able to run a campaign from the chamber of another judge. Unbelievable.
I don't know how you can have judges with campaign managers, and then you got one campaign manager that handles multiple judges, and then a campaign manager that makes sure that if he's trying to protect a particular judge to get him reelected, that campaign manager puts up a phony person to run in the same election.
That is because they need somebody to run so they can collect campaign contribution.
No, but they're in there to steal votes from a person that may have given the judge a little bit of a competition. They put another candidate in there just to take some of those votes away.
Oh, that too.
So that, so they play these games all the time. It's called the Harry Reid source of political corruption is what it's called. Harry
Don't
Reid.
come here and talk bad about Harry Reid.
I'm not talking bad. I'm just explaining how the system works.
Don't put any kind of.
Did I say anything bad?
Don't. Harry is done.
I was giving him credit for how he arranges everything.
For Nevada.
Yeah, name one.
I don't remember one, but that's what the people said. People say Harry Reid have done.
The Cornhusker deal?
Well, show me,
The Cornhusker deal. Oh, that wasn't Nevada, that was Louisiana. No, that was Nebraska. What was the Louisiana Purchase. Is that what you're talking? No, that wasn't Nevada either. What was it that he did for Nevada on the Obamacare? What was it that he did for it?
I don't know because
the nuclear option. Was it the nuclear option?
I don't know how true it is, but I hear that the insurance is higher now than it was before with the Obamacare. People have to pay sometimes even $2,000 a month. How can you pay $2,000 a month for insurance?
Well, mine went from $500 a month to $1,700. So is that lowering my? First of all, I don't know where this 2,500 number came that Obama was spewing out there, and that was supposedly a family of 4. I was spending $7,500 a year for a family of 1. So what was this 2,500 family of 4? Where did that number come from? And now a family of 4, I think, is up in the neighborhood of between $20,000 and $30,000 under Obamacare a year.
Oh, gee. I was gonna say, how can you get into, if you can pay $20,000 a month, even a year, that is $3,000 a month.
And it's all a phony accounting, like Washington accounting deal, because if you ever get your bills and you look at them, let's say you had a procedure like a blood test, $962 blood test, okay, and you have insurance. So you get a thing from your insurance company, you get a thing from the lab, and whatever, and the doctor, and you look at these things. $962 bill from Quest Laboratories, let's say, for the blood test. And then it has a thing in the next column, contractual arrangement, like by contract. So they take off $860 by contract with the insurance company. So that was a contract negotiation, that this $962 test only cost the insurance $100. And then your deductible has to come off of that, and then your copay comes off of that, and then over here is what the insurance company pays, $42. So on this $962 test that you had, your insurance pays $42.
And the rest is bribes.
The rest is contract, or you pay yourself, even though you have insurance. You get the copay and all this stuff, So you pay more than the insurance company pays when it's all said and done. So try to get a colonoscopy, like $4,000 to $5,000 for a colonoscopy. You know what your insurance pays? $180, $200. You know, it's in and out procedure, like 15 minutes, in, out, goodbye.
Isn't that a criminal act,
What?
doing that? Isn't that criminally?
Well, I don't know. It's all phony crap, is what it is. It's not a matter of the health costs are so expensive. It's a matter of the insurance company has got the entire system hijacked. And then their lobbyists go and they pay this congressman and this senator and blah, 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 and get all this mandated, enforced health care coverage. Is not health care, it's mandated you have to have insurance care, is what it is. So that just supports the insurance companies. So they'll have more clout when they do their contract negotiations to get that blood test from $900, get it down to maybe $50 total. So it's all phony. I went in the hospital one time for a little operation on my neck. I don't know what the hell the bill was, $100,000 probably. I don't know. But what the insurance company paid was like $800.
And you know, another thing is the system is also crooked. Because I remember when my mother died, she died on a Monday. And on a Wednesday, the nurse came to her room and give her some
medication,
some Tylenol or something like that, and did some kind of I don't know, something. It came up to an $800 deal, you know. And my sister was nice enough to call the place and say, hey, I think they made a mistake. Look, lady, if you don't like it, go to. I said, well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go to complain about it. And
no, their billing system is just a few days behind.
oh,
It was paperwork that hadn't caught up. So the pill, the Tylenol was actually given 3 days before. May have caused her death. Oh, we don't want to go down that. That's
no.
We don't want to go that far, but you know, the paperwork it takes a while to catch up.
Yeah. Oh. So.
But if you look over those bills, you look at them and really analyze them. I'll tell you what, you just
she got
you go,
mad.
what the hell?
The lady got mad because my sister
Of course, you can't question that.
My sister was trying to protect their money.
Right.
How dare you do this?
Right.
You know?
Doing their job for them. They don't like that. They don't want to do their job, but if somebody wants to do their job for them, they don't like that either. That's worse.
No.
It's just it's everything's corrupt. We follow the money. They've been saying that for years and years and years. Just follow the money, and you'll find out where the corruption is. Follow the money in this town in the judicial system. You find out the money goes to the lawyer, which go back to the judges in the form of campaign contribution. So just follow the money.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. That's the system here. Lawyers get, and all lawyers get. And you have to, if you're in a lawyer, you have to give and get and do and be in the. You can't disrupt the things. Hey, wait a minute. You know, that's corruption. Oh, God, no. You might be practicing in L.A. or Ishkish. You won't be here anymore. They'll send you out of town on a rail. You're not going to make it. You're bucking the system. Unbelievable.
Yeah. But
the way to straighten it out is a grassroots movement. You got to call in. The number here, 702-493-5222. Let us know that you're listening and you're a part of this solution, which is a grassroots movement. Look at the success that the Tea Party had until they became so frightful for the established parties that the parties actually got together and did something together.
So
they destroyed the Tea Party.
So whatever happened to, because somebody asked me the other day, to that 0711 number?
That works if you have a cell phone locally, but if you use a local number, because the phone system is so screwed up, and nobody can give me an answer, why do you have a 702 number that is long distance from Las Vegas? Nobody can give the number. Nobody can give a reason. Not CenturyLink, not Cox. Nobody in the phone business can do it. We had a customer, or someone wanted to call us, they called us from their house, and they didn't know why, but they were told to dial a 1 first. So they dialed a 1702, and on their phone bill that came in, they got a long distance charge for a local call.
Long distance for
Yeah, it says local call, long distance charge, or local call.
How much
on
was
the bill.
it?
$11.
Oh, $11.
And he called from a half a mile away from the radio.
But it's worth it to be.
Well, it may be worth it.
It's worth it to be able to talk on Radio Tribune.
It's very worth it.
Do you think they do that intentionally to test how much people will enjoy talking in Radio Tribune?
Yeah, that's what.
That's probably what it is.
They've noticed that people enjoy it so much that they can charge them a long distance call because they just love it so much talking to the radio.
Oh.
But nobody can explain other
Per minute
than that.
or per call?
Well, however long he was on the phone talking to us, came to $11.
Wow, that's a very expensive call.
No, you can't find out what the rate is because there's no charge for that.
And they don't.
They just charge on the bill. There's no charge. There's no breakdown because they don't know how it was charged. It's done in the system somehow. So I want to know who gets that money from that system, and will he buy me a drink if I go to Rio or whatever beach he's on right now over there next to Lois Lerner or whatever? Maybe I could get a Mai Tai. You know, hey, can I get a Mai Tai? Because they called the radio show, and you guys made $11 and went down here for 2 Mai Tais.
Wow.
You know,
I don't know exactly.
Unbelievable. How do you run into these things? How can you not get something, an answer? How can you not get an answer?
And then when you ask questions, they call you anti-government, anti-American, anti-everything. And the only auntie I knew, it was my Aunt Mary, and I didn't even call her auntie because I don't like that word auntie, you know. Anti-American, anti-police, anti-government, I don't know why.
They used to have 7-digit number to call, that 0711 number in Vegas. The area code, not the area code, the exchange, whatever it is.
Yeah.
9830711. So that was a 7-digit, that was a 7-digit, but you didn't have to dial 702 until about a year ago.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you had to dial 10 numbers instead of 7.
Because
and when they made that change, that's when the 0711 number, now you had to dial 10 numbers, but when you dial 10 numbers, you get a beep, 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 you know, you have to dial a 1 first. But you're dialing 702. So why do you have to dial a 1? And you get the beep, 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 beep when you hit the 9. When you hit 7029, you get the busy signal. 702983.
I am sorry.
983.
Your call could not be completed.
0711.
Please check your dialing procedure and try again.
All I dialed was 702983.
702.
And check your dialing procedure. Yeah, I'm wrong. It's always you're wrong. It's not the phone company's wrong. Wait a minute, I'm calling a published number. You know, it's everywhere. 702-983-0711. And it'll work on a cell phone. You can call get right through on a cell phone, no problem.
Oh, yeah?
Or if you're long distance. Because I had somebody from long distance call right through. But they have to dial 1 first, but they don't get charged for it. It's actually a Google number. So then how do you call Google and get it straightened out? What? That company's worth how many billions of dollars? And they're worth billions of dollars. You know why? Because they have no help. They have nobody that you can call. You and I think, called once, and we got someone in the president's office at headquarters. We actually got a human being on the phone. Remember that? Some gal answered the phone. She didn't have a clue what we were talking about because she said, I've never gotten a call on this number before. You know?
Yeah. So how do you get this number?
Jeez.
Oh my God.
And then the phone company gave me a number to call about the exchange, the 983, because it's listed. You go online and you can find that 983 is an exchange in Las Vegas. Okay? So other people may have that number. I don't know. But anyways, the phone company, somebody after I gave him a world of hell, gives me a number to call. So I call this number and the guy answers it. He didn't have, hello? I go, yeah, I'm calling about this exchange, 983-700. Well, how did you get this number? I go, the phone company gave me the number. He says, well, I've never had a call in this number. No one's ever called me before. Well, what are you? Well, we're
Phone company.
we work with phone companies. We're actually a gigantic center of whatever he determined.
What they here in the United States? Or they were in the Philippines?
Well, he could have been on a platform on a coast of England somewhere,
Yeah.
offshore somewhere. But it's like a massive switching station. That's what he said. It's a massive switching station.
Do you think the next president of the United States, whoever that is right now, will ever stop those phone rooms outside the United States?
Well, how do you do that? You mean the Pakistanis? How are they going to support Pakistan? They'll have to increase our federal aid,
I have
foreign
no idea.
aid.
I have no idea. All I know is that it irritates me. I called T-Mobile the other day, and I tell you, I've been with T-Mobile for 11 years, I think 12 years, and I never felt so degraded. And I asked the guy, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm in Mexico." And I said, "I'd like to speak to somebody in the United States." "Oh, I can't do that." So I hung up. I called back and I asked the guy, I said, "Where are you?"
Philippines.
He is in Costa Rica.
Oh,
No, this is
Costa
a true
Rica.
story. This is a true story. I said, "Well, can you transfer me to the United States? I'd like to speak to somebody in English."
Oh, no.
And he said, "I speak English." I said, "Yeah, that's why I tell people in the United States that I speak English, but they don't understand me. I don't understand you either. You like me to speak to you in Spanish?" I said, "No, I don't want to speak Spanish. I want to learn English." I can't do that. So
I get they probably have to take a test to become one of these operators, so to speak, that they have to speak English very well. And they do speak English very well.
and they got
Well, they do speak English very well, but the accent, they can't get rid of their accent. So you talk to a Pakistani that really understands what you're asking him, because he gives you an answer right away. And he's giving it to you in English. So it's not like he's trying to figure out what you said or how to answer. No, he's answering right away. You just can't understand the accent. I go, I know the guy speaks English, but you can't understand it because of the accent. The Pakistani accent's crazy.
any
can't
accent is
understand that.
crazy. Look at my accent.
Well, I get used to you. But that Pakistani
I
one,
called 5 people, 5 places: Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Mexico. What was the other one? I can't remember what the other 2 was.
well, Google was smart. They became $1 billion company quicker because they don't have anybody. You don't get anybody. You don't get Costa Rica. You don't get nobody.
I don't know if you're planning on anything.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
Yeah.
But
Okay, that one is the one I like the best.
We are on the air, right?
what would you like to say again, sir?
Look at yourself.
These people.
Look at yourself. Can we talk about that when I finish?
I didn't know you were on you.
Yeah.
I thought you were on.
No, not yet. 1 o'clock. Thank you, Don. Thank you for appearing in our show.
Hearing live in
Live.
Las Vegas.
It's not too often they Don a snook.
It's our publishing people coming in trying to butt into the show out here with their
Yeah.
2 cents worth.
I knew he didn't know. I knew he didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
that, because he would not show up in camera. I didn't see him anyway. So I guess.
Well, he doesn't show up on camera.
Uh-huh.
If the camera doesn't see him, he's blacked out.
He's black?
No, he's blacked out. He's like
So
stealth.
we're covering the code.
You can see him with your eyes, but the camera can't pick him up.
Oh.
He's called a stealth.
Oh, okay.
He's like, he comes from the test site out there where they've been working on that.
Oh.
He's like a spy. You can't see him. He's there, but you don't know.
Oh.
So it's one of those new test site creations. Like the airplane, the stealth bomber.
See what happened.
One of those planes that we're buying from the manufacturing plant in in wherever they are, Seattle, let's say, because the congressmen and senators get the budget passed to buy these airplanes from the manufacturer up there. And the senators and the congressmen make a lot of money they put in their pocket. But the problem with the design of the airplane is designed by the manufacturer, who makes a lot of money designing it this way. But the problem is when the Air Force generals and everybody get it with the designation they have to fly it, they go, this plane won't fly. So they're building these planes, but they won't fly. But they're for billions and billions of dollars that go to the district where the senator or the congressman, whoever is from, and that's the reason the money was spent and the plane was built, but they never dawned on them to check to see if it would even fly. Because the generals and all the leaders of our military, they'd say they don't want this equipment that they're building because it won't work.
Let me ask you, we got 2 minutes. Is anything wrong if I know you have no part in the newspaper, but is anything wrong if we change our mind and support somebody that we was not supporting before?
Well, if you weren't supporting them before and now you are, what are you doing wrong? You're just supporting somebody.
Right.
Were you supporting someone before in their place and now you're not supporting?
Well, no, I tell you what the story is. I didn't support Eric Johnson, since he started. I didn't support him to be appointed to there. I was very disappointed when he was. But now that the three race is over, and Judge Kathy
Ramsey
is not in that race anymore. I don't think that the other person, the other female in that
Well,
race,
then you support whoever you think
deserve.
would be the best
I
in
don't
that
think she
position.
deserves to be. She is exaggerating.
With the less worse one, how about that? Because it's
Right.
hard to support someone when you don't have any choices that are good.
We're not
You
endorsing
just support
anybody.
the
We don't believe
less-
in endorsing. But we can recommend somebody better than the. And I hear so many people in the courthouse telling me that Judge Johnson is doing a good job. Then I wonder, but the other person that is running, the female that is running against him, she is exaggerating her qualification. She's not doing the right thing. She's misleading people, telling that she's been for 11 years. She's been a judge
like
pro
that.
tem, a judge.
This is a very important election. The primary's over, so I think I'm going to start endorsing people, and you can do what you want to do, but we have to endorse Joe Hack. We have to endorse Danny Tarkanian, because these people are running for very important
But why
US
cannot
positions.
we support them instead of endorsing? Supporting
Well,
them.
you call it whatever you want to call it. I
Recommend?
support, endorse,
We
recommend,
recommend.
whatever. But I
Definitely,
mean,
I'm gonna
it's
recommend.
extremely important
Danny
that these
Tarkanian.
people get elected, however you want to call it, because the alternative is devastation. You have people like Titus sitting on the floor trying to take our guns away from us, and then how do we protect
And
ourselves?
then I believe, and I'm gonna correct myself, I believe she said that it's not fair that we stop these terrorists for getting a gun.
Do you hear Obama today saying that we've been pushed back in time 1,000 years because now we have to take the kids and split them up from their families and send them, they were born and raised here, now we have to send them back to some country they've never been in. Because the decision from the Supreme Court came 4-4.
Well, that's his fault.
Yeah, well, there you go. But, it's the Congress not doing their job and having a hearing on the person that he nominated.
And
That's
also,
the problem.
why did he promise something that he got no authority
So
to
what they've
promise?
done is they've changed it around to where what Obama did illegally is the law. And now we're not upholding the law because we are upholding the law. But his interpretation of it is, you didn't do what he wanted, so we're breaking the law now. Congress is breaking the law. So that's
Okay.
where they turn everything around. It's just despicable.
Please
If someone's got a D next to their name, that means do not vote for them. That's
Please
what it means,
listen
do
to
not.
us. Listen to this
Do not vote for them.
humble radio show and listen to what we're trying to tell you. I'm not telling you what to do. I said, pay attention. That's all I wanted to tell you. Pay attention to what we're doing. Please, for the benefit of your children, for the future of this country, for your benefit, pay attention to what we're doing, what we're saying, because we're not doing it for any reason but for the benefit of this country. This is, my name is Rolando Larraz, and I stand behind in every word, stand by every word that I said in this show. We need to save our country, people. We need to save this country. Forget about making it great again. Forget about all that slogan. We need to save the country from becoming a third world country. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless our troops.